I've had a lot of questions about the Apex and particularly the control cap. People kind of just want to know what it's for, what it does, and why it was created. So to answer those questions, I decided I'd make a video because it's the easiest way for me to kind of let everybody know at the same time, or have a place to direct people for more information. So we have this Toyota bumper here. The color I'm spraying on it is 1H1, which for those who do not know is an extremely coarse metallic color that loves to model pretty often when I paint it. As you can see what's going on here. The control cap was primarily and originally designed for metallic colors. The ways that this gun are going to help you lay your metallics are three ways. Number one is it has an enormous fan on it. I'll show you guys that right now. It's kind of hard to see, but this is a huge fan. The pattern is around 13 inches, which is definitely on the higher side. The reason why we wanted to give this a large fan was to make your overlap as easy as possible to keep consistent. And if you're having a huge fan like this, you're going to need fewer passes, which in the end is going to result in a more consistent overlap. The second way is through the fan design. So if you notice, the top and the bottom of our fan are extremely well defined. What that's going to do is give you a very predictable fan pattern, which paired with a large fan is going to make it extremely easy to keep your coverage extremely uniform. Right now, we are at about 10 PSI, and because of the air cap design, even at a low pressure, your air is still exiting the air cap and meeting your material at a higher than usual velocity, which is going to contribute to smaller droplets and better atomization of your material, which is going to make your metallics lay down extremely fine, as you can see in our finish here. Now we'll let this flash off, even though it already looks perfect. So when I decided to do this and jump down this rabbit hole that is costing me an absolute fortune, there was one thing that I considered to be most important above all else, and that was that this gun could be used by professionals and DIY guys alike, which meant it had to be an RP gun. Because of air consumption, I wanted you guys to be able to use this gun with a smaller compressor. For those who don't know, it uses 10.6 CFM, which you can get off a relatively small compressor. Aside from that, RP guns are actually the favored go-to type of gun for professionals because they allow you to move very quick. However, that speed comes at the cost of large droplets, which if you're not an experienced painter, having larger droplets could lead you into some trouble. This is something I realized after the original pre-sale. After I got some feedback from some of you guys, I realized there were some guys out there struggling with metallics and ultra high solids clear. Well, the good news is the control cap solves both of those issues, and I'm going to show you how this thing could lay down clear. With the control cap, it goes down almost as smooth as the flow cap, which is great because a smaller droplet with your clear will lead to a way less likelihood of any issues such as dieback, solvent pop, or even runs. While I mix up my clear, I'll explain this to you guys. Essentially, what the control cap does is it actually takes the Apex from being an RP gun to a hybrid gun. So it's an RP and HVLP hybrid once you put the control cap on. This is an idea that we got from DeVilbiss, actually. if you look at the C1 cap, well, both caps, C1 and C2 for the DeVilbiss DV1, both say HVLP. However, the C2 cap, which they designed to increase the speed and productivity of the gun, is actually heavily leaning towards the RP side, while the C1 cap leans heavily toward the HVLP side. So when you take the C2 cap and put it on your DV1, you're actually making it a hybrid gun, just like when you take the control cap and put it on the Apex. So here's our bumper. You can see the finish on that is as perfect as a finish on a metallic can get. So we have our control cap on. I have my fan fully open. We're at 2 bar pressure. You see how huge that fan is. Now, if you do choose to go with the control cap for clear, it is going to come at the cost of some speed, because the flow cap is, the flow cap is really designed for production. So in terms of speed, it will put the control cap to absolute shame. But in terms of droplet size, it's not even, you can't even compare it. The droplet size coming out of the control cap is just so fine and so easy to control that, you almost have to put in an effort to mess up when you're laying anything from metallics to clear coat. It really does make the gun that easy to use. And to get this kind of performance at the price that I'm selling it for, I'm telling you straight up, you're not, as far as bang for your buck goes, there is no competition out there. And then on top of it, you get a gun that you can fine tune according to your skill level and your frame style. Not to mention the lack of overspray. This gun has the least overspray out of all of my guns. While we watch this thing in action, I want to get ahead of something that I've already seen coming. There have been a couple comments, people mentioning how I'm basically just marketing my gun and that's all that I'm doing, and whatever the case is. I want everyone to understand that, to me, painting is everything. It's the only thing. Painting has done more for me in my life than anything else. And I'm 32, for those who don't know. I don't have a wife, I don't have kids, don't even have a girlfriend, single. Don't even know the last time I dated. Anyway, I don't really have anything that can leave a legacy for me. So for me, I want you guys to understand that that's what this is about. This is about me leaving something behind that I built with my name on it, because it doesn't seem like it's going to be a kid and a wife and a family and all this. So I'm really leaning into painting because, like I said, it's done more for me in my life than anything else. And one way I can leave a legacy with painting is by having a paint gun, or potentially a line of paint guns in the future. So, this is not a cash grab. This is not about money. This is all passion. This is passion and a desire for leaving a legacy within something that I'm passionate about. And this has been the best opportunity to do so. And just so you guys know, complete transparency here, I am way in the hole with this gun because it's not cheap to do something like this. But as I said, this is not something I'm doing for money. It's something I'm doing for passion and legacy. Hopefully, if anyone was going to drop a comment about that, you can save it. And here's how everything came out. I'm going to show you guys the entire booth, just so you can see what kind of clear this thing puts down, even with the control cap on it. Look at that finish. And pre-orders are live for the second batch. All pre-orders for the first batch already went out. I think there's 82 or 83 people now that are going to be using the Apex regularly. And I would love more than anything for that number to grow. Look at that hood, guys. Are you kidding me? It's a $279 gun, guys. Look at everything in here. Look at that hood. Oh, and the control cap is going to officially be released this month. Anyway, that's going to be it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, if you got any value out of it, or if you were entertained, if you could, please consider dropping a like, comment, or maybe even subscribe. Until the next time, peace.